सो मारुति सुजुकी इस रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से अगर आप देखो तो इसका स्कोर 10 है. There are only I think 220 companies by this site which have been rated as 10 out of 10 full marks. Okay, they are only out of so many stocks, only 220 stocks in India by this site has been rated as the top class. अभी तो 10,000 के आसपास ही स्टॉक चल रहा है, थोड़ा पुरानी रिपोर्ट है. इसका जो क्लोज था 10,000 से ऊपर का स्टॉक है ये. एवरेज डेली वॉल्यूम इज 5,99,700 stocks are being sold and bought every day. Market cap is about 3,14,000 is their total market cap. It's a large cap. So this is 3.2. That means then it has gone up to 10,932 as high and low was 8,000. So abhi पिछले साल में this stock has given very good return. Though it was languishing for the last 5 years, it was not giving any return, but over the last year it has picked up. So we'll see that. And the trailing P is 27.5. What is trailing P? Market price divided by earning per share. So numerator is the market price of the share, which remains same, but the denominator can change. Denominator is what? Earning per share. We can take, it has three versions of P ratio. One is called the current P, another is called the trailing P, and the third one is called the forward P. So when we look at, normally we look at the trailing P. यानी कि पिछले 12 महीने में कितना अर्निंग पर शेयर इसने कमाया. और जो करंट पी होती है वो last annual report का earning per share, which is not so much relevant. So two P ratios are very relevant, which is one is called the trailing P ratio, another is called the forward P ratio. So what's the difference between the trailing P ratio and the forward P ratio? The denominator changes what? What happens to the denominator? Change हो जाती है. क्या होती है? हाँ, next year का figure जो लिया हुआ है. तो next year क्या growth रहेगी? किसमें? Earning per share में. So what earning per share the company is going, how the EPS is going to grow. So going forward, any company which has a EPS growth, we'll find the company becomes little cheaper. So currently it is trading at 27.5. When we look at 1 year down the line, it's trading at 23.9. Okay. Now, how do we say whether this share is rightly priced, underpriced? Then we look at the historical numbers. Okay. We'll see that. Historically, किसमें trade करता था? अभी क्या ये overvalued है, undervalued है? We'll come to know how the trailing P ratio, when we compare with the trailing P ratio of the past, if suppose the past was 26, we say that it is trading at a higher valuation compared to its historical trailing P ratio. Okay. Similarly for forward P ratio. Okay. So we look into that. The ROE is 18.5%. Return on equity. Return on equity. How much a company is earning for the equity shareholders. So for equity shareholders, the most important number is ROE. Any company which is having, a return of more than 15%, you would like to put your money there. If you put your money in a fixed deposit, you get 7.5%. But when you put your money in company like Maruti, which is giving 18.5%, it's phenomenal return, isn't it? So you'll say this company is very good, which is giving you an 18.5% return to the shareholders. हाँ, तो देखो क्या होता है कि जो जितनी भी small cap companies होती हैं, mid cap companies होती हैं, good companies, they will have a very good ROE. But those companies are riskier because their ROE can go up and down. Okay. But the smaller companies always, because they are small and they become bigger. Like Infosys was a very small company about 20 years back. Okay. So now, as the company grows, then, ROE, if you are still having 18.5% is very good. A smaller company will always have a higher ROE of a good company. A bad company may have even poor ROE. Okay. So if it's a growing company, because the growth is very good for small companies. A company is doing a turnover of 1,000 crores, they're likely to grow far more. Okay. The company which is already having 1,37,000 sales, and the growth will not be so much in terms of their earning per share. Okay. Fine. So one has to look that large cap are safer companies. Okay. When you put your money is, remains safe mostly. Let's see. Now the ROE is long-term forecast. It says that the company is going to give you 23.4% return if you invest now. Okay, it is expected to give you a 23.4% return, which is a phenomenal return, isn't it? आपको 23.4% return मिल जाए किसी company में, isn't good. So it is telling you that this company is bound to give you around 23 according to this site. Okay. Now 1 month return has been negative and 3 month return has been negative. Fine. Of course, last 1 or 3 months, the company has not done great. So it's a good time to buy. I mean, it's telling you the company has a good future, but the company has actually the return has It has given a very good return the last year, completed year. But in the last few months, the company has corrected a bit. Okay, so it's a time when you should be putting your money. Okay, fine. और यहाँ तो ये बता रहा है 10,233 है, but when you look at the screener number, it is now 10,017 only. It has further gone down, okay, from the number which has been given there. So it's yet a good sign that it's company we should be putting your money now. That's a very good question. Should we invest now or should we wait for some more correction? Fine. Now, the view is, now you can always go through the views. According to my view and according to whatever I've heard, next 3 to 4 months would be in a range bound situation. But as a market as a whole. But Maruti may go up. We don't know. But if you have to invest now, suppose you have to invest, say, 5 lakhs in Maruti, for example, you should start putting your money in gradual fashion. Say 50,000 rupees per month you should be allocating for Maruti. For example, I'm just giving an example. 50,000 रुपए लगा दो आप, okay? और फिर 50,000 लगाते जाओ आगे, क्योंकि we can't, time the market. Maybe that, it will outperform other shares because it has not been doing well over the last, 3 months, whereas other stocks have gone up. So other stocks may correct, this stock may, hold its fort and may even go up. So we can't time it. So we should put our money in a gradual fashion in the company. We can't put all the entire 5 lakhs immediately. Let's understand further. So average score is 10. It was having a score of 3 about 2 years back. So the score has been upgraded to 10. So the company has become a very good company now to put your money in. Okay. So we can see even the numbers, for example, if you go to this profit loss account, let's look at the turnover. The turnover, from 2019, let's look at 86,000, then the COVID period, the sales came down because there's a lockdown and the number of people are not buying. Then in 22, it bounced back. The turnover reached to the pre-COVID level. And then last year when it closed, the turnover was 1,17,000. And now the last 12 months is showing that the turnover is going to go up to 1,30,000. So turnover is rising. But if you look at, the management discussion and analysis report of Maruti, which I'll show you in the annual report, it says that the growth may come down a bit because it has a lot of challenges and it's given reasons that it may little taper down. But still, the analysts are bullish on the stock because it has gone up too high. Okay, it has given a very good return in the last 1 year. We'll see that. And look at the profit also. Okay, net profit. The net profit, it has gone up from below 4,000 to 11,000 crores. So profit jo hai, more than double. So maybe that it is not able to repeat this performance. Let's see what the site is talking about. So then, it gives that the average score of Maruti is 10, whereas the average score of automobile and auto parts. Now this company has been both automobile as well as auto parts. 88% is automobile and about 12% is auto parts. Okay. This average score is 6.2. So out of the, the automobile pack, so this is one of the best stocks to put your money. Large cap, all large cap in India, they are rated at 6.5 on an average. So this is doing better than all other large caps, which means large cap means all top 100 companies of India, okay, in terms of market cap. And BSC, Sensex, 7.4. So it is better than the Sensex companies, 30 companies, better than the large cap, which is having a score 10. Now, all other companies like peer group, Bajaj Auto has a score 10, Maruti has a score 10, and Tata Motors also has a score 10. So these 3 companies are having a very good, rating by this side. Mahindra 8 and Scooters India 2. Okay, if you want to buy, don't buy Scooters India because the rating is not good. Then, the recent change in average score was primarily due to an improvement in earnings and price momentum. That means the price has also done very good, barring the last 3 months when it is given a correction. So the rating is how much? There are 38 analysts which are tracking this company, Maruti, and the rating is buy. Okay, and we'll understand how many people are saying strong buy, how much later on. So look at the price volume charts. Last 1 year, it has given 18.9% return, which is a good return. 5 years, it has given only 29% return. Okay, that means, almost like 5% or 6% return it has given. 29% is the 5-year return, absolute return. This is absolute return. This is not 29% per annum. This is 29% 5 year. Okay, because if you look at it was 8,000, now it is close to about 10,000. So this is from 8 to 10,000, it has moved. So there is the price movement has happened 29%. Art say below 8 and now it is 10. So overall absolute terms it has gone up by 29%, which is not a good. So I mean that 5 year return is not showing a very good kind of a thing. So it was because of the cyclical nature of the company. So the return was not good, and the I had also invested about 5 years back. Then I sold it and converted them all the money in Reliance and other stocks. Okay, so 1 year it is showing a good one. So this is the business summary. So we have know that what kind of business they are doing, and it has what manufacturing facilities they have, and what are the various kinds of products they are selling. So all information is given, which we have already discussed. Then the score, जो score दिया हुआ है, this is based on 5 pillars. The score of 10, how the site has given. Earnings 10. Very good score in terms of earning. So the outlook is very good in terms of earning. Company is doing very well. So we'll understand why it's saying 10. We'll understand that. Fundamentally, company is very good because it's well placed. Okay, it has a good product portfolio. Relative valuation is 7. That means the stock is neither overvalued nor undervalued. It is slightly on a higher side. The stock is trading at a premium. Okay, but not extreme premium. Suppose it would have been 10, then we say that it's a very high price. Then risk, there is no risk of putting your money in this stock, and we'll understand why it says risk. Fine. Risk is captured in the volatility of the stock. How volatile is the stock? Okay, when you put your money, the stock can go up and down. Okay, and you don't like that. So this stock doesn't move ups and down like standard aviation or beta is quite reasonable. Price momentum, the stock has been only 4 because recently the price has been subdued. Okay, because of the recent. नहीं आइडियल तो अगर 0 होगी तो और भी अच्छी है, 1 होगी और अच्छी है. हाँ, if the stock is good and it's trading at a relative valuation of below 5, then we should buy it immediately without waiting for a time. And that can be your assessment. It all depends upon all of you, individual. जैसे आपने अभी decide करा था what should be your portfolio, so it all depends upon you. It's an individual choice, but it will give you some indicators. Okay, so you say 7 is good, 7 is not very high. Some people say अगर 5 होगा तो मैं लगा दूंगा पैसा. Okay, so everybody will have its own preference. हाँ, मतलब देखो एक उसका भी व्यू है कि the stock is trading at a very full valuation. Okay, so it may correct. Fine. So that can be one view. That all depend on individual. Okay. Now, if you look at all the peer analysis, so these are all the companies which are auto companies in India. Okay. So Maruti is buy, M&M is buy, Bajaj Auto is buy, Eicher Moto is hold, TVS is buy, Hero Motocorp is buy. Okay, like Hindustan Motors, a strong buy is Atul Auto, small company. Okay, fine, but there is only one guy who is telling it. Because this is a divergence, which means the stock is doing well in terms of earning for the shareholders, but the stock is, not going up because maybe the future forecast is not so good for the company. This can be one reason. Okay, company अभी तो 15-16%, 20% कमा रही है, but the future looks to be bleak for the company. उसके कारण से कंपनी डिप्रेस्ड है. ओके, फाइन. सो देखो क्या होता है कि वन मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड फ्यू थिंग्स दैट इट इज कटपाल क्या है. सी क्या होता है कि देयर इज नॉट ओनली वन इंडिकेटर वी शुड बी लुकिंग एट, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डू दैट. We have had to look at the lot of other indicators at the same time. So we are going to precisely do that in our this thing for the study of this company. Okay, so ROE is 1. The ROE is good, but let's talk about other things. Okay, if all other things are good, then we say that you should buy it. Okay, so we'll understand that. Okay, so just hold on with that. That's a good question, but it will get answered. So these are all the companies. यार ये क्या है तुम्हारा, क्यों बात कर रहे हो? Now, please focus. Okay, otherwise my you're sitting right in front of me, then I feel कि आपका इंटरेस्ट कुछ नहीं है. क्लास पार्टिसिपेशन विल फॉल. ओके, अभी गिर चुका है आपका, थोड़ा बढ़ाने की कोशिश करो. ओके, नेक्स्ट टाइम आई सी देन इट विल फॉल फर्दर. डोंट ब्लेम मी फॉर दैट. ओके, बाकी में अच्छे नंबर आ गए, क्लास पार्टिसिपेशन में 0 आ गया, तो फिर कब मैं आप कहोगे क्या कर दिया सर. तो प्लीज आई डोंट डू दैट. ओके, बट आई एम जस्ट वार्निंग यू. ओके, अभी हम क्या करेंगे, जस्ट आई मीन गेटिंग रिकॉर्डेड, वी विल हैव वन क्विज which I'll float it on the Google form, so you do it. One, there'll be a viva. Viva means I'll just have some information from you कि आपका पिकअप करूंगा, आपकी जनरल नॉलेज का, उसके बेसिस पे आपको 10 लूंगा मार्क्स, 10 में से मार्क्स लूंगा. ओके, सो 20 ये हो गए, और 30 जो होगा वो आपका होगा प्रोजेक्ट का, 50 और 40 जो होगी आपकी, दैट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन योर एंड टर्म, एंड एंड टर्म विल बी ऑल एक्सेल शीट, एक्सेल पे आपका पेपर आएगा. ओके, then I am going to say another quiz also I'll put. So another couple of minutes and then we'll have break. Okay. So there is price momentum, valuation, fundamental, and analyst. So these are the columns. So it's saying you Maruti, the stock price, 1 year return, 1 month return, 3 month return, 1 year return, and market cap. Okay. So if you look at 1 year return, then Tata Motors is given 74.4%, phenomenal return. Okay. Then 31% Mahindra, 76% return has been given by Bajaj Auto. Okay, 19% Eicher Motors, 86% TVS Motors, 37% Hero Motocorp, 21% there's a company called, ये कौन सी है? This company name is, it is written there at the bottom, कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा आ रहा है full name. हाँ, Tube Investments. Okay. Then Atul Auto, Scooters, Hindustan Motors. Okay. So these are the companies in this thing. So according to this site, the strong buys, what? Atul Auto. But there is only one guy who's tracking that. Only one guy. So these are the analysts. Okay. Like 40 people are tracking Bajaj Auto. 32 people are tracking. Maruti has been tracked by 38. Okay. We are discussing Maruti, and so we'll focus on Maruti. So first we'll talk about all those pillars on earnings. So earning में इसका score जो है. So let's understand earnings. So earning are into three categories. Three valuation ways which we understand whether the earning is good or bad. So how do we do that? One is the earning surprise. The earning surprise. Second is estimate revisions and recommendation changes by the analyst. So earning surprises. Earning surprise means company is announcing results every quarter. And analyst also making an assessment how much the company will be doing. So if it is able to beat the analyst estimate, then there is a positive surprise. And if it is not able to beat it, it's in line. When say it's in line, suppose the analyst it will make 20%, earning growth, but the company makes only 10%. So there is a negative surprise. Company ने बोला इसका profit इतना होगा, but the profit falls, so there is a negative profit. Okay. बिल्कुल, you are right absolutely. तो उसको हम बोलते हैं street. तो street expectation क्या थी और करा कंपनी ने क्या? So company can do above the street expectation, above all the analysts, or can even underperform. So 30% weightage has been given to the earning surprises, and Maruti is right sitting on the top with 10 marks. That means that it has it has done better than what the street was expecting or what the analysts were expecting. Estimate revisions, whether the company can downgrade, the analyst can downgrade the estimates or can upgrade the estimates. Whenever the analysts are making their forecast, so sometimes they say कि अब company जो है हमने forecast बढ़ाया हुआ था अब कम कर देंगे. Okay, so that's downgrade. So company can downgrade and upgrade the forecast of the company. So that weightage is 33%. So if the company has been, the analysts have been, upgrading all the time, so it will be positive for this thing. So Maruti is sitting at 6, neither here nor there, so somewhere in the middle. Okay, in terms of the estimate revisions. Then we have recommendation changes. Whether the the analysts are saying अभी बोल रहे हैं buy, फिर बोल रहे हैं sell. So if there are a lot of frequent changes, and the frequent changes are happening negative side, then the score falls. If the frequent changes, the analysts are upgrading the company, okay, in terms of recommendation, from say hold to buy or buy to strong buy. So that is captured on the recommendation changes. There the company is sitting at 10. So earning indicators में दो scores 10 है और एक score 6 है. So let's understand that more. हाँ, अभी जस्ट सुन लो, अभी ये दोनों चीज आ रही हैं. Last 4 quarters, earning surprises. So positive surprises 4 times. 4 quarters, the company has given a better earning than what the analyst was saying. And the return has to be more than 2%. So you're saying 2%. 2% से ज़्यादा company ने ज़्यादा earning show करी compared to what analysts were saying. Okay. So average surprise was 20%. So the company has given a 20% jump over what the analysts were saying. Okay, whatever profit what the analysts were saying, the company has done 20% more. Earnings have been 20% more than the analysts what were saying. Last 4 weeks, up revision 0, down revert 0. So the analysts have not made any revisions, okay, in terms of earnings. So they have stayed with there, okay, कि इतनी earning होगी, इतनी रहेगी, so it's stable. Then the broker upgrades. This is the upgrades. This is the third pillar. So they have been one upgrade. So there are 38 analysts. If somebody says that hold to buy, so this is a positive, or it can be negative. It is from hold to sell. So in this case, there has been upgrade rather than downgrade. Is that okay? So if you look at the 3 parameters, the company is doing well in terms of earning. 2 scores are 10 and 1 is somewhere in the middle, which is the revisions, because the analysts have not revised the estimate upwards. Okay, so that's why it is having 6. Uncertainty क्या है कि suppose uncertain. Okay, let me just define, like what Ramveer is saying. कुछ uncertainty आ गया. For example, suppose there is a war, or there is a pandemic like events which are abnormal. Okay, when the forecasts are made, nobody factors them. Okay, when will be the next pandemic, or when will be the next war? Okay, if the war is very imminent, then it will get factored in their recommendation right now. Apart from that, it always presumes that there will be a normal kind of a situation prevailing based on the economic situation of the country, as well as the profitability of the company and the parameters of the company. हाँ, वो नीचे देखो ऐसा है कि nobody factors abnormality. अब आप abnormality करो, गुड़गांव में बर्फ गिर जाएगी, so you will not put that into your estimates, isn't it? So there are always, of course, markets are uncertain, economic is uncertain. Those uncertainties which are normal, they have been built into this analysis. वो analysis में built in है. We don't have to go beyond that. If you're talking about some, abnormality is going to happen. जो normal uncertainties are, they have been built in by the analyst. Okay, fine. There are, okay, I'll tell you, there are 38 analysts. Fine. And you will soon find there's some people saying sell Maruti. There's some people buying. There's some people are saying strong buy. So this is the average recommendation. The average basically it basically talks about an average. On an average, what people are saying. Then we are not looking at, extreme, some people are saying strong buy. Some people are saying strong sell. So that has been captured as an average. So all that has been factored into. Okay. That answers, Ramveer? Uncertainties, only normal uncertainties, they are already factored in. Abnormal uncertainty like COVID, nobody can say that. War, nobody can say that. So nobody can build in that uncertainties. And negative news, like, something happens to the Prime Minister of India. That can't be, built into our analyst forecast. Is that? Those are things which are abnormal, okay? Or suppose, for example, let me just, suppose, BJP loses the election. So far, the analysts are saying that, the NDA will come to power. So they are making that. If tomorrow, if the BJP goes out of power, people are saying it's going to be negative at the moment, okay, for the stock markets. So nobody is factoring, BJP out. Everybody is factoring that NDA will be there, because the recent elections which have happened, they are showing that the BJP may still get a majority. Maybe that they may not get a absolute majority, but still they will be able to form the government. Okay? हाँ, आप क्या कहना चाहते थे? हाँ, तो उस टाइम जब ऐसा होता है, nobody can say when the pandemic will be over, how long it will be there. Okay, if the war happens, nobody know how it will. Some people saying USS, Russia or Ukraine war, it will close in say 1 month time, but still going on. So a lot of people there's uncertainty. Nobody can factor into that. Okay, but now that's gone. उसका कोई फैक्टर कोई आ ही नहीं रहा. वो तो जो है वॉर चलती रहेगी, उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट कोई नहीं आएगा. So let's talk about the price target. Okay, here now this is very important. The price target. So if you look at the price target, then the mean target. अभी इसका प्राइस जो है 10,234 है. Look at this number. Then the high it may go up to 15,100. This is recommended by the analyst. It may even touch a 7,400 number according to some analysts. Then the mean average is 11,500. Mean is 11,500. What is the level today? 10,000. It will go to 11,500 on an average. People are saying itna jayega hi jayega. So this is, we are looking at the mean average, not at the individual ones. So number of analysts कितने हैं? 43 हैं इसमें. और target versus जो है 12.4%, it's saying it will go up. In terms of the earning per share, in terms of, sorry, the price of the company, it will go up by 12.4%. It is expected to touch 11,500 on an average, mean number. So we look at mean, okay? But of course, it is giving you the extreme volatile numbers also. Some people are saying it will touch 15,000. We have calculated the average. Of the 43 people which have given, this is the average. So if average are most likely to happen, isn't it? 12.4% return. 10,000 say stock 11,500 jayega. So it's saying 12.4. Target versus current. Is that okay? हाँ, एक साल में ये 12.4% रिटर्न देगा. This is the average mean recommendation. Is that okay?